Hello guys, what's up? So I just built this team. Took me about 10 minutes. I did not record the team building portion because it was really just me throwing a bunch of Pokemon together and then thinking about what I lost to or didn't lose to, as it typically is with HO. But this is really the start of the team. I wanted to try out this sub-nasty plot Deoxys, which I thought was really cool. It also has the kind of a nice bonus of having pressure, which is sort of nice. And I paired it with a sub-Iron Crown. So the idea is that these two can kind of work together and do a lot of the same things. It is sort of a special spam hyper offense. And then I also have an Iron Valiant here, booster special attack. The idea is that these three together are really fast, really powerful special sweepers. And I think the metagame is more prepared on the physical side right now. And I think that especially this set can really overwhelm teams. And in particular, with Sucker Punch and Thunderclap being priority based, attack based, and Terra Steel being able to get past Glide and Extreme Speed, I thought a Terra Steel sub DOS just sounded really cool and like it had a lot of potential. Now, this team, I do have some concerns about this squad. I just got an adamant bulky SD Ogre, or not too bulky, but lead Lando with Scorching Sands. Reason I go Scorching over EQ, although I am mildly concerned about Raging Bolt, so we might switch that. But at the moment, the reason I did go with this is really just for the, what am I trying to say? For the Glamora lead, right? Because we don't have a T-Spike Absorber. So I am a little worried about Iron Moth too. Iron Moth looks really good into this team. So I have a version with Booster Speed Valiant. This is the Booster Special Attack version. But, I figured I'd do some testing, play some HO games, see how this Deoxys works. Because I know I do stream similar content, but this Deoxys is more of a serious idea. I kind of go for, I guess moonshot might be the term on the screen. I really go for those crazy Pokemon that probably aren't going to work, and normally they don't. But let's give this a go. I'm going to start off with Landorus here. It's a pretty easy lead. Scorching Sands is really nice into Tusk. That burn chance is incredible, obviously, and wonderful. We get the burn, so I've really got no complaints there. Rocks are kind of annoying, but my team doesn't hate rocks. I'd say it's about neutral to them, and I'll just go for that. So Tusk going to spin, which I'm a bit surprised about. I was running Sash on this Lando, and I'm kind of regretting that now. I feel like I should probably switch, but see, the problem is here, if I go for Scorching Sands, I'll probably kill the Tusk. Let me check the roll. No, I probably won't. It's looking like, let's put the HP into this Tusk. Looks like maybe that was a high roll, or take the HP out, excuse me. 80% chance to kill after burn. Let's just spam rock, because I don't think it has spin, is the good thing. Like, there's no way its last move is Ice Spinner. So we can kind of just do that. Okay, and it's Boots Q. Good to know. I could U-turn, I could taunt. I kind of like the idea of taunt. Okay, that's interesting. I will go into Crown here. I don't think it's going to go for a ground move again. Yeah, I was correct. They rarely do at that position. When you're in that spot, you just go for the attack. So I will go for this here, and we're going to sub on this, which is really nice. Given that's Boots, if it was Assault Vest, if I saw that take rocks, I would think I'm about to get Flamethrowered. But exactly, given I did not see that, I figured we were seeing a Thunder Wave. So it looks like this sub strategy is already working out quite well. And of course, I could just Focus Blast here. Hopefully we hit. Hitting would be great. We do not hit. Okay, I'm going to go for it again here. I don't think we're going to see a Sucker. Okay, so unfortunately we do miss again. The Gambit did Terra though, which is nice. That is very nice that we've got that Gambit kind of made its decision there. It's locked in. Now is Terra Fairy. So I think I can win this game with well, no, not quite. Ival is definitely a good resource here, but I will need to chip that Slowking a little bit more if I want to win with Ival. Roaring Moon could potentially be a win path. To start, though, I think I would just like to go into Landorus, and I think I can U-turn. What I don't think that can Gambit, I think let's go with Helmet, though. I think Helmet, based on that, this just how this has been going, I don't think the Sash will be super necessary. Sure enough, we do get the U-turn. Can't complain about that. And this is as good an opportunity for Moon as I think I'm going to get. So I'd say we just get the Moon in. Now I wonder, can I live a Gambit Sucker if I Terra? Oh, absolutely. Okay. Okay, well, maybe not after this. We'll see. Hopefully we don't get burned here. Okay, good. Unfortunately, that does put us... That critical hit is kind of sad there, putting us into Gambit range. Hopefully this is not Helmet. No, Boots. Okay, and the Tusk is going to drop. Cool. So that went alright. The D-Knight, some of these D-Knights do not carry Dragon Dance, which is interesting. Oh, and this one is not even... Okay, so if this is Bandit, it has a chance to kill here. About 35. So obviously this is just going to be a knockoff. Good, it is Bandit, but does not get the kill, so can't really complain about that. That went pretty well. Probably save the sack, right? I mean, Sucker Punch is 1000% coming off here. Could go into Ogre and Encore. I think I like that. The sack could be nice, and I just don't see... Oh, SD, that's fine too, though. I mean, I think that was a poor play on the King Gambit player's part. Mainly because I really don't need to be taking... Anyway, we are just going to SD here. Okay, Machigacha was good there. I was hoping to not see that, but okay, we don't get critical hit. That's nice. I will go, I think... I will go for the Horn Leech. I think that is the move here. Let's see, we do get Machigacha again. No burn, cool. And now I will go for the Ivy Cudgel, which I believe, based on the Horn Leech damage, oh no, actually does not have a great shot to kill. 50%. I did not think the Machigacha would heal that much. In that case, I will Horn Leech again, and if we get burned, we get burned. It's not the end of the world. Because we would have probably had to take one anyway. And a fortunate little miss there. I do think after the double focus misses, that was perhaps deserved. So, okay, here are my options here. I could Terra. I do think that is the move. Because if I Terra, I don't think this Kyurem is killing me with a Freeze Dry. No, it's definitely not. So Terra definitely does feel like the right choice here. Yeah, we're just going to do that. And Ivy Cudgel will absolutely kill at this many boosts. Yeah, Ogre Pawn did not need the critical hit there. And I believe, I do not leave this in here and go for a read. That would be foolish. We're going to actually sack Moon. Because this Slow King... Let me think about the Slow King. Slow King is probably special. I probably almost KO the Slow King, but not quite. So I'm going to actually just go into Landorus here and start clicking Scorching Sands. I think this is the best way I can get a likely win. If the Gambit comes in, wonderful, we get the burn. Okay, that's fantastic. At this point, I think the win is pretty much locked down, because I can just click this again and again, and then I can just go into Valiant. And iVal plus Ogre Pawn can easily finish this game. So that went pretty well. Fortunate burn there, but that is why we run Scorching Sands. I'm a big fan of this set. And yeah, no reason not to just click Shadow Ball. It'll kill the Gambit, it'll kill the Glow King. Yeah, the switch, this is going to get 2-shot, I'm pretty sure. Not quite, but very close. Annoying dude, that's funny. Yeah, we're going to die to that, but it doesn't really matter. Actually, let me be careful here. Be careful here. I believe the play here is Dio and just probably Psycho Boost. Yeah, okay, I see the win path. But yeah, because the King Gambit will have to sucker. I will go for a sub in case the Glow King decides to go for a T-Wave here. Okay, and then we're just going to Psycho Boost. And the only way we lose is if we miss and then the King Gambit. Because if the Gambit suckers... Well, let me check my Encore PP. I think, how many Encores have I used? Okay, I've only used one Encore, so I can PP stall the Gambit if it goes for a sucker here. So there's no reason not to just Psycho Boost. My opponent knew it. Good on my opponent for going for that chance and not knowing not to sucker. But yeah, we get that win. I will say D-Knight is a bit of a threat, although at the same time, no, it is a bit of a threat. Something that we could consider... Because remember, I'm in the testing. This is my testing phase of the building. I wanted to skip the initial building because it's a little bit slow, and I tend to lose a lot of viewership as I'm just staring at the screen doing that. But we can make a note here. So I'll kind of start a separate version we can get working on and say Terra Ghost, Bulky, EQ, RM. This is a popular set, this Terra Ghost set. It's often considered the best, and I would agree. I'm not certain if I want to use it here, but Dragonite did look a bit rough. It did look a bit rough, and it also would have been nice to have a Roaring Moon that can hit Gambit. At the same time, we do have a team that's kind of designed to bait Gambit out. The Kyurem was scary, but I think it's manageable. I think we have a decent enough Kyurem matchup, and the bulky Ogerpon did take the hit there, so we'll consider that change. But we'll keep going for now, just have that written down. HO is a lot of fun to build, play, and test, because you have a lot more freedom with Hyper Offense than any other style when building. When testing, you get the test games really quickly, which is of course very nice. You don't have to. It's not like if you're testing a stall team. I mean, you're going to be there for a very long time, right? When you're testing HO, just you really it's a lot of fun. And we're facing an Alchemy. Oh yeah, by the way, the reason I'm currently in 1700, I recently, the previous video, the ranking placed archetypes by difficulty video, in that and also I think this team gets destroyed by Deoxys, so I think we're going to have a good field day here. And I believe Dio lives a Garganackle Salt Cure. Yeah, it does. It takes it 9 sub. Anyway, though. When I was recording that, I have the semi-stall game. I have this Wheezing semi-stall I tried. It's so bad. I lost like 200 elo playing that team. But I did eventually get a dub for the background footage. But yeah, if we're thinking about using the team, do not use that Wheezing team. Don't do it. You will not have a good day. I do think setting rocks with Landorus is worth it. Okay, not now. I'm going to go for Scorching Sands here. Ideally on the Will-O-Wisp would be really nice. Okay, that's fine. I can taunt this. I'm totally okay with Gliscor knocking off, doing what it wants to do. I'm going to Scorching Sands here. Okay, I'm surprised to see that. That's totally fine, though. I'm focused on not letting hazards get up. I do not mind all this switching around. I really don't. And this is going to be a U-turn, and we're just going to go into Ogerpon. This is like the classic Pokemon you go into when Gliscor is sitting in your face and being annoying and clicking SD. And I'm just going to go for an Ivy Cudgel straight up. Start off, keep it simple. Nice. Okay, I'll SD here. If this thing clicks Brave Bird, that's totally fine by me. And I will Ivy Cudgel here. I could Encore, but I'm thinking my opponent should be afraid of that and might switch into Dragapult. So I don't want to just Encore an incoming Dragapult. And, okay, looks like the Alchemy is just going to get sacked, which is fair. Honestly, I would sack the Alchemy too in that position. It is an Alchemy after all. Dragapult comes in. This is a Boots Pult. We can see by that lack. So I'm actually, you know what I wonder here? I wonder, okay. Do I Encore into Wisp? That would be kind of wild, but then I could SD again and then start Ivy Cudgeling. I'm actually going to do that. Yeah, because now I can SD, and now we can start Cudgeling. Yeah, Dragapult can come back in, but I don't believe Dragapult can actually kill me here with anything. Hex has a... Oh yeah, so this Calc's fun thing here, it shows after burn damage, which is kind of annoying. So yeah, this Bolt will kill after burn, but it's very unlikely to kill without the burn. So I think that Encore was a good move, because now we're going to wreak havoc, and this Skarm does get 2-shot. Unless it, actually no, even if it Terra's here, it's getting killed. So that was great. We are just absolutely wreaking havoc with Ogerpon, a burned Ogerpon. This Pokemon is busted. But anyway, we get that. Let's go Crown, I think, and Calm Mind. I think I like that. As a Pult player, you don't stay in here. I don't think. If the Ace comes in, I Terra Fighting Focus Blast, I think is the play. Okay. This, I'm just going to hit this with a Tachyon. I think that's totally fine. Okay, didn't do quite as much as I hoped, but the Gliscor will still have to Terra to get out of the 2-shot range. Okay, and it doesn't even try to double protect, which is nice. I like when people don't go for the hacks and don't get the hacks. Terra Fighting Focus Blast here, pretty simple. We miss, unfortunately. Iron Crown here with a 0% hit rate, but we didn't really need Terra for anything else, so I'm not really broken up about it. I don't really care. It's not really an issue. Go into Landorus, Scorching Sands. Pretty simple here. Hits everything really hard. We'll go for a taunt here. Okay, so the guard, we're keeping it down. And we're probably going to end this game with a Deoxys speed. I'm pretty sure. I'm feeling like that's how things are going. And I'll just go for another Scorch. Alright, at this point, let me bring in the Ivel. We can kill this thing off with a Vacuum Wave. Yeah, nobody sees that coming, which is fair. It is a pretty rare option. When the guard comes in, I'm trying to think what the move is. Oh, Pulp, that's wonderful. Okay, I'm very happy with that. Just go for a Moonblast. The only way for my opponent to win was banking on the darts critting the moon and Hex and my Dio missing, but they gave up that small chance, which obviously I'm very pleased with. And this now very confidently 2 shots, so we're just going to go for that. Yeah, you can protect there, will not save you. Cool, GG. All right. See, these games are fun. These games are fun, they're fast. It seems like the special spam is working. I'm really liking Sub Iron Crown with the popularity of T-Wave Glow King lately. Sub Crown looks amazing here. Terra Steel Nasty Plot DOS is actually looking nice too. Sub Terra Steel also shuts down Glow King, which I didn't even think of, but that's a pretty nice bonus too. Also, Sub plus Pressure is kind of funny. I think I may have mentioned that, but the Curem lead situation is a bit devastating, I must admit. Might need to work on that a little bit, because Landorus not being able to outspeed, maybe I could pick a different lead. I like having Landorus as a ground immunity, and it's been nice, but maybe I do need a better lead. Another option could be dropping Encore on Ogerpon for Play Rough, which I would hate to do, but it might be the right move, and I might need to go for a little bit of a faster set. I'm thinking given the Curem situation, it does make sense to go a little bit faster on this. At least outspeeding Q. And I don't want to drop Encore. Do I drop Grass Coverage? I think that's honestly fine. I think let's go for Play Rough. Play Rough Ivy Cudgel. Because really, at the end of the day, everybody really just needs Ivy Cudgel. If we're totally being honest here, you just need Ivy Cudgel. It's incredible. Okay, so that helps our Curem situation for future games, but not for this game. So let's lock back in and think about this. I like Ivel here. There's so many Pokemon I like here, it's difficult to decide what to actually start with. I think the desperate play is just to start with Lando and hope that Curem doesn't lead, but that's a foolish idea. Dio could be interesting too. Let's lead with Dio, because that can actually take a hit from Curem. It doesn't take it super well, but it kind of takes it. All right, I'm going to sub on this just to kind of get a read on what it wants to do. We'll see. Okay, that no complaints there. I could Terra Steel a Nasty Plot here. I could do that. That could be the move. That's a really tempting option. It feels foolish not to, but at the same time, then well, okay, let me think about this realistically. What else am I going to need Terra for? I really don't think there is anything. I don't think there is anything. Yeah, because... Yeah, I don't expect I will, because... Well, Moon would like to Terra Flying, but it's not devastating that it can't, and probably I can wrap this up with Crown. Ivel doesn't need to Terra, especially if I take the Slowking out with this. I'll tell you what, I'll Nasty Plot first, because I don't want this to end up being like some weird flamethrower set and then I burn my Terra for nothing. So I'll Nasty Plot, and if I get Sludge Bombed, then I will Terra Steel sub and Nasty Plot again. I think that's the best way to go about this, because I really won't be losing that much health by doing that. And at the end, it's going to come down to misses, whether I like kill a ton of Pokemon here anyway. So I don't think losing that little bit of health is going to be a huge, devastating issue. Okay, we do get Sludge Bombed. I'm going to sub Terra Steel here. Hopefully we get Sludge Bombed again. We do. Beautiful. Okay, so we'll go for another Nasty Plot. Hopefully it cannot touch us. Okay. I think I do kill with a Psycho Boost here, so I'm going to... Let me double check that. I do, so we're just going to go for that. Hopefully we hit. Beautiful. There goes the IVAL answer. And then on whatever comes in next, we are going to go for a nasty plot. All right, so this Primarina, if it's Assault Vest, if it's really bulky Assault Vest, I think it can live +3. Yeah, it definitely can live +3 if it's a super bulky AV set, but that is unlikely. It's probably going to be, if it's a max HP Assault Vest set... Oh wait, I put that special attack. Not bad. If it's a max HP set, AV, it's dying. So I just nasty plot again here. We take whatever hit. Future Sight will do about 30. Oh, clever. Okay, that was clever. But I mean, the Future Sight will break my sub here. So that is clever in the sense it'll set up for Arcanine, but I'm still not in a terrible... And that's really unfortunate. That's really, really unfortunate. But we can go into this here and we can Horn Leech. I think I will just Horn Leech. Okay. This is a bit of a weird... I wish we'd... Because if we hit that too, then it would have been great for Crown, right? This is an interesting situation. I think this Kyurem likely outspeeds me. I'm going to click Ivy Cudgel, just to kind of get some damage. I don't want to go hard into Crown, because the EP is a very probable play. I don't want to go into IVAL, because IVAL looks really nice here. I think I probably... If I just die here, I think IVAL is the move. We'll see. And we do get Earth Powered. Beautiful. And we're faster, which is great, too. And that... Is that a spec set? No, it is not. Looks like modest non-choice specs. But based on that crit damage, I probably will kill here. Yeah, pretty good chance to kill, so I'm just going to go for it here. And then we get the Moon in. Really no complaints there. That's fantastic. Okay, do I go hard Lando or do I Cudgel again? I think I go hard Lando. I think that's better. Okay, the Moon is going to DD. Going to go for the U-turn here. This definitely could... This could be pretty problematic, couldn't it? Okay, we're going to go back into Landorus. Okay, we'll U-turn here. I believe IVAL Vacuum Wave can finish this off. Let's check. No, it cannot. Very close, but cannot. Okay, so that does change things a little bit. I'm pretty sure... Can Crown live a hit? I think Crown can live a hit. Crown is very likely to live a hit. Not 100%, but very likely. So that's the play. That has to be the play. And of course, just attack Tachyon here. And yeah, a higher end of rolls, but didn't get the kill, so I can't really complain. And it's looking like we can wrap this up with Ogerpon. Because remember, my opponent has used their Terra. They just used it on Moon. The only priority on this team being so weak is unfortunate, though. I feel like the Roaring Moon isn't pulling its weight. Maybe we can ponder getting rid of that. But I'll just Tachyon here. Okay, we get E-speeded. Fine. Trying to think about the right order. Probably, I'm overthinking it, probably I just go Ogerpon. But if I get Ogerpon on Primarina, I can SD and then guaranteed win. What if I went into Roaring Moon and knocked him? How would that look? I'm going to assume this is... Let's try that. I'm going to assume this is banded. Great, that is banded, which means I knock it. I was hoping, because the tragic situation would have been I end up... Okay, interesting. That's actually a perfect roll. We want to die here to this Primarina, clicking like Draining Kiss or something, because then I can go into Ogerpon, SD, Horn Leech. In fact, I actually should have taunted there to give it more health, but this is fine too. Yeah, because I can SD, Horn Leech, and then we guaranteed get the win. Yeah, because Moonblast, let me just make sure I don't die to Moonblast or something silly. Yeah, we don't. So I'll SD here. Alright, I had 0 attack, but there's no way I'm dying to a Moonblast, even with full. Yeah. And we've seen the Kyurem gets outsped, so this is not a concern. This definitely dies to a Horn Leech, so we just go for that. And yeah, we do see the forfeit. And without the Arcanine having its ban, there's no way even a critical hit E-speed would kill. Tusk obviously dropped, and I am 301 speed, even on the slower version. That Horn Leech was sick there. I feel like I'm trying to justify Curen being enough. We'll see how this set goes. I feel like I'm going to miss Hornleech a little bit, though. It did do really very nicely. I wonder if we can remove RM. It is our knock user, though. That is the thing. I will say, like, it's really nice to have a knock user to go alongside Ogerpon, but maybe there's a different way. Only Gambit was a knockoff user. Would be cool. I know it'd probably be banned, but it still would be cool. It was a shame what they did to Bisharp. Really was. SD Gliscor could be kind of funny. People have been slapping that on HO teams for a while, and I think it's not a bad idea. It's definitely not. Alright, here we go. Rain team. Okay, interesting. So Ogerpon definitely going to be essential here. I really like Ival. I think that's probably the main win con. We're gonna have to keep a few things alive. I'm not going to try to get up hazards. I'm going to keep Lando for these three. The reason I'm not going to try to get up hazards is because if I do try to get up hazards, I mean, there's the treads, there's the Hatterene, like there's so much that could go wrong there, and I don't think this is as that bad of a matchup that I need to start like just lead out with the game going for crazy swings like that. I do like Crown. I think that could be nice. I kind of want to just lead with Moon. I think that's kind of actually a pretty strong lead here. Whoa, what? I'm very confused to see. I'm really surprised, honestly. But here's the crazy thing. A Hatterene D-Kiss does not kill. I could DD live the D-Kiss, but this could also be an Assault Vest set that has special attack investment. I'm going to make a call. I'm going to DD, and I'm expecting it to nuzzle or go for a weak D-Kiss. Okay, it was good. So what I was banking on there was that I didn't get hit by a strong Fairy move, which is surprisingly very few Hatterene actually have. And this puts me in a nice spot because I can actually go for a knockoff here. And this will, I mean, based on the set, probably is not going to kill the Hatterene. It'll probably do about 90, 85, 90. But then that puts it in range of, oh, okay, that's wonderful too. So it was AV. I guess that was a full special investment then. So I'm going to go right into Landorus here. Absolutely about to get Aqua Jetted, and Landorus can survive that. So I have no reason to take that, and we're going to calc that, make sure this Barraskewda is banded. And how much did that do? 36. Let me check Mystic Water. That is Mystic Water range. Why would this be Choice? Why would it not do that? Would it be Jolly Choice Band? I feel like you shouldn't run that. That's so odd to me. No, Mystic Water actually makes sense. So I'm going to make a play. I'm going to switch into Ogerpon. I was right. It was Mystic Water. Ooh, tricky. Because they like to run Poison Jab, don't they? Which does two-shot me here, so I'm actually going to go back into Landorus. That's fine. Pelipper play is not a huge issue for me. I'm going to go for those rocks. If the Pelipper kills me, I am totally fine with that. Not a problem. I think if the Pelipper does kill me, it's probably Ival time, I would think. And we love living. We love surviving. That's great, too. I'll U-turn here. Do I go Ogerpon? Probably not. I think I sack Moon. I don't think the Pelipper's going for another water move here. Oh, it did. I'm surprised at that. But I can go into Ogre here, and I do think the play is to Encore. I expect Pelipper will try to go for a U-turn here. Beautiful. And I will play rough because I think the Kingdra has a solid shot of coming in. Yep, perfect. Reason it came in there, obviously just it could live. I believe it could live a Power Whip. Actually, no, it probably couldn't live a Power Whip. Ogerpon's nuts. Out of curiosity, let's see if Kingdra could live a Power Whip there. If I had it. Yeah, no, it does exactly the same as Play Rough. I'm tripping. Feels like if there was ever a time to just go into Dio, this is the time. So I'm just going to go into Dio. We get Ice Fanged. Okay, didn't do very much. I'm going to sub here because I think Terra is very very probable. Okay, we see the treads come out, just a focus blast for sure. This has a chance to, pretty good chance, if it's a non-invested treads, this will probably kill. Okay, and we see that, and we see actually no... Okay, we finally hit a focus. I think that's the first focus blast we've hit with this team. But the spin not breaking is great. I totally think my opponent misplayed that there. I think burning your Terra in exchange for getting rid of hazards this late in the game was an awful choice. And if we hit this Psycho Boost, we're in a really fantastic position, and we do. Beautiful. Beautiful. And Pelipper's going to come in. Okay, that's totally fine. I think I would like to save the Lando Intimidate for Skuta. I honestly think maybe the play is just to Psycho Boost here. I'm just going to go for that. Oh, okay, we missed. That's fine. That's fine. I think Dio is actually my least useful Pokemon. Well, now it's Landorus. Now we're going to go into Lando. Okay, Liquidation. Great. What I was hoping... All I was hoping there was that we did not see... Actually, I'm going to go into Ogre here. Can Ogre two-shot Pelipper and Rain? No, it cannot. Okay, yeah, Pelipper... Well, that makes sense. Pelipper's very bulky. I could just go into Ival here and Moonblast. That would basically guarantee me a kill. Is that worth it at this stage? How much can Ival do with a Vacuum Wave to Skuta? Okay, it doesn't quite kill. I do need a boost to kill at this range. I could just go Crown and like Tachyon Cutter, I guess. Feels like kind of a weak play though, because Pelipper comes in on it pretty easily. Let me just go into Ogre and just click Ivy Cudgel. That'll 3-shot the Pelipper, and depending on its spread, might 2-shot. I think a special Pelipper is probably going to get 2-shot. Okay, not quite. I'll just I'll just Cudgel here. Probably we just get U turned on. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so this is definitely just going to go for like a fighting move here. I think the sack is at this stage. Let me check if Crown kills Skuta with a Tachyon. Not quite, but it does put it into range. So I think I just go Dio here. We probably will drop to a CC. I don't think Dio lives that. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, Eject Pack. That is interesting. That is interesting. I'll give it up. That's pretty good. Yeah, that puts me in a bit of a tough spot. I think, though, Terra has been used, so I think Crown can live a Skuta hit. Yeah, because it's Mystic Water. Set keeps changing. I wish the set changes stayed. Mystic Water against Crown. Yeah, we're surviving. We're surviving. So I can go into that here. I don't think I need to risk. Well, this thing probably has... Yeah, no, I don't need to risk it. I'm just going to go for Tachyon. Because I think I can finish this game with Ival plus Ogre, I think. Okay, that's good. I'm glad my opponent decided to do that. Hopefully we get the Zama here. Oh, I was thinking we get the Pelipper. I'm really happy with the Zama. Absolutely take the Zama. And perfect timing with Rain running out too. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Go right into this. Go for that Vacuum Wave. Actually, maybe I should have commanded there. Kind of hard to say. Chilling Water, that blows special attack, right? Does this thing have Hurricane? So let me check. If I were to Terra Ghost here, and Calm Mind and Hurricane, whoops, and Calm Mind and to eat a Hurricane, that's doing 46 maximum, and then Skuta would come in with its Aqua Jet and do 56. So my odds are very good to win here if I Terra Ghost and Calm Mind, is what I'm getting from this calc. So we're going to do that. And ideally we just get like Chilling Watered here. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, now we're really locked in, because this thing cannot Terra. Vacuum Wave super kills. And yeah, we're good. Okay, so it got a little scary. I think the Rain MU is manageable, but once again, that kind of weak priority is showing. I will say Roaring Moon has once again not been a particularly strong member of the team, so I would say Roaring Moon is on my #1 spot on the replacement list at the moment. I will say, I think Roaring Moon plus Ogerpon is really what makes this team have a solid stall MU. Oh no, but now I just realized, now that I've removed my grass coverage, my stall matchup is not nearly as solid as it was. Dio hurts stall, but it definitely can't be relied upon to beat it. Yeah, definitely stall MU is a little bit of a concern, especially if I drop the moon. Especially if I drop the moon. So I'll have to think about this. Maybe... because Taunt Moon is on this team for stall. That's why it's here. And Ogre is great against stall. Like, don't get me wrong, it's fantastic, but it can't do it alone. And there is Sinister Stall, is a thing too. It can't do it alone. It needs some assistance. And at the moment, I'd say my team... Now, it's a lot of HOs lose to stall, but I don't want to have most HOs. I want to have an exceptional HO. You know, so, okay, so we're getting faced against a Hazard Stack, which I don't think is a great matchup for our team. I'm not a fan of facing Hazard Stack builds. I think I will just start off with a Scorching Sands. Okay, it's Scarf. Good to know. That, I think, is okay. Okay, we get a burn. That's kind of nice. Do I let it get up 3 layers, or do I U-turn and try to bring it back in? I could get up rocks, but then the Aatrot's getting up 3 layers. Okay, I think I have an idea. Because now I can go to Ival, and I can Calm Mind, which looks really good here. And I know this is locked into a move that's doing absolutely 0. So I actually did not want to let it die on my Rocky Helmet. I wanted it to stay in here and let me boost up. Okay. So I could Terra Ghost and kill this Glamora here. Would burn my Terra, but it also would probably force the Gambit to Terra realistically. I think that's worth it. I don't feel like I'm really, especially thank God that I have Substitute, because otherwise I'd be really pressed to not Terra here. But because I have Sub on these guys, I think I can't afford to Terra Ghost and Shadow Ball here. And unless this is a really bulky... Oh my god, this is like a maximum special defense Glamora. That is absolutely tragic. And we do bring out a Pokemon that would activate the... What actually, is this like seriously like max special defense? It's gotta be. It has to be for that to happen. Because that should have one-shot a Glamora. Like, max HP would not have done that. That's really unfortunate. I'll go into Lando here. Hopefully we live. This is another reason I put Scorching Sands on Lando. Is for that. And we just get that. Okay, well, at least that killed the Glamora. It was in that range. So, I guess that kind of went okay. Going to Taunt here. I mean, the Gambit's going to attack anyway. But at least now we have it taunted. Okay, so this Gambit should Terra here, I'm thinking. So I'm going to actually Moonblast. Okay, that's fine. I'll Vacuum Wave here. I don't expect the DD to come out. Sure enough, we got it. So Crown can come in here and Tachyon. Oh man, that doesn't kill. Wow, okay, so Crown is actually not killing here, which I'm really surprised by. Moon, I think my Moon can come in and kill here. It's a 50-50, of course, though. Yeah, my Moon is likely to kill, so we'll try that. But of course, Speed Tie, you know, and I do have I have a 10% chance not to kill, so I guess the odds that this works out in my favor are not tremendous. They're a little under half. But that is also assuming it's a max speed Jolly Moon, which I will say a lot of moons do not run that these days. Maybe I should have just gone into DOS, but I really don't like the... Okay, yeah, so that worked out all right. So it probably was like an Atom Moon or something, or maybe we just got the tie and got lucky. Either way, worked out... Oh, what? I'm confused. Let's knock off. Okay, Sinister going to get taken down to 3. Fine. All right, we'll DD. Getting sapped more. Okay, I'll DD. Okay, I will taunt here, and then we'll knock probably the Gambit. Oh, it actually went for Machagacha. I didn't realize that. Good on the Sinister player. You got me. I think, actually, no, I was being foolish. Acro does more. Bad playing by me, but it ended up not mattering. We got the 2-shot, but that was not good playing. Not good decision-making by me. We'll just go for the knock. Oh, I'm shocked we got that knock off, but I'm happy. I'm very happy. I think I'd rather go Dio here. And I think I'll sub. Yeah, we definitely sub. Beautiful. And we'll go for the Focus Blast. We hit. Wonderful. Okay, it's looking like we're going to win this one. Great. GG. I'm telling you guys, this sub Dio, the dream is happening. The dream is happening. Yeah, that did get close, though. I think opposing RM is threat. And, like, I'd love, from a structural standpoint, from a not facing stall standpoint, I'd love to slap on a Dragonite here. My problem with that is what happens when we do face stall. And I think because D-Knight is notoriously garbage against stall. Like, it does nothing. Stall teams love seeing Dragonite because they can set up hazards on it and just like dance around it and get their Clefable in and get some knockoffs and get some Stealth Rock before going into the Dondo zone and just shutting you down. D-Knight is totally awful against stall teams. But it's kind of tough what else I could do. It could be, I could run kind of an interesting, I could go for like a taunt Raging Bolt or something. That could actually be really cool, because that would take away my knock user, which would be unfortunate, but it would give me something that would put a lot of pressure on stall teams. I'd probably run like Taunt, T-Bolt, Clap, Pulse, maybe Draco. Just like 3 attacks taunt, like a non-setup bolt, which sounds weird on an HO, but it might work. It might work. And especially, it would go very well with the special spam theme of the team. And it would do a lot to like chip down stuff like Blissey and Clodsire, which would be cool as well. Worth thinking about. Maybe when paired with Ogerpon, that would be enough. It would obviously take away some natural speed, but I think the team's pretty fast. Anyway, though, as for leads, I think I'd like to... I don't really have a great counter lead to Darkrai. I have an okay counter lead. I think this is a Scarfry, actually. If I recall correctly, I think it is. I'm pink across, yes. 'Tis I. I'm going to lead with Crown. Tinkaton lead, okay. Some of these have Encore is the thing, you know? Some of them have T-Wave too, though. I don't think I'm about to get Encore turn 1. I'm going to sub. Do I want to, though? I don't think you click Encore turn 1. You clicked Encore turn 1. That sucks. That sucks. Okay, we'll sub. So the good thing is we're taking that pretty well. That's really unfortunate, though. That's really unfortunate. I thought you'd click like Rocks to be safe, or like I just did not see the Encore, because I feel like clicking Tachyon just straight up turn 1 into the Tinkaton makes a lot of sense. I was afraid of getting T-Wave, but we're actually not in the worst position in the world here, because this thing cannot break with a knock. So I actually go for another sub here, and then we're in sort of a weirdly good position. I think if you're my opponent, you should go into Moltres here, but they probably don't know that I am the set that I am. We'll go for a CM. We're going to get roared. Kind of to be expected, honestly. Probably just go for a knock here is the best play. Okay, we unfortunately immediately get Flame Body, which is pretty sad, but we do get roared out. Unfortunately into Crown, that's really bad. That's not what we wanted to get brought out at all. We're not hoping for that. I can go into Lando here and set Rocks, as long as we can... Yeah, that's tragic, though. You really don't want to see that get dragged out. We can Scorch here, go for a burn. We don't get a burn, but we do a ton of damage to the Tusk. Do I sack Moon, or do I sack Crown here? They're both borderline useless, but I think the Crown is more useless. So I'm going to go into Crown here. Okay, we get Ice Spinner. I can actually go into Lando here. Hold up. Yeah, because we got Ice Spinner, I'm actually going to go into Lando here. Try to play the game a little bit. We get Headlong Run. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. And I no longer die to an Ice Spinner, so I'm going to Scorching Sands. Since he was so close to clicking Ice Spinner. Not close enough. But yeah, okay, so that's an offensive task, as we knew from the Scorching Sands damage. We take a lot, but we kill it. So, and we are at 12.6, so I think we have like just 1 health enough to live a Rocks entry from Tinkaton, which is cool. And now we let this thing go. Let's go Moon here, because it could actually live 2. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is a Scarfry. I wonder if I can actually live 2. I can actually live 2 with Crown, so I'm actually going to just go into that. And this will tell us if it's a Scarfry too, which is another reason I like this play. It is not a Scarfry. Okay, so this team is a little bit different from the version that I'm used to. I'm very, very worried about losing to... I think the... What is the win con here? What is the win con here? Can Dio kill this thing with Focus Blast? No, not quite. I could go Ogre and just, like, hit it with a Play Rough. I think that's probably a good move, because if this thing Terra Poisons, that puts me in a really good spot with Dio. Although I kind of have to get past that. This is awkward. I could Terra Water here and then Play Rough, or I could actually... This is weird, but I think Terra Water SD here might be the play. No, I'm thinking too hard. I think Terra Water Cudgel is a good... No, okay, I know the play. It's Terra Water, and I'm going to Play Rough. Because this covers the Terra Poison Sludge. It should kill this if I don't get flinched. Yeah, okay, cool. And that covered the Hydrapple switch in. That's why I made that play. That's why I like that play. Alright. Now let me think through this here. How much are Stealth Rocks worth? How much does Dio do to this thing? Okay. Those are actually not bad rolls. I think I'll go into Moon to start, hopefully on a... Okay, interesting. We see the Terra Fairy and the Leaves. That is actually perfect, because I can go... I think I go into this and I Swords Dance, don't I? Or no, there are better decisions. There are better plays to be made. Probably, excuse me. I'm worried about the Rotom. I'm definitely worried about the Rotom. I think I'm going to go into this and just click Ivy Cudgel to get a little bit of chip on the Rotom. Hopefully, I believe it's Rocky Helmet, so I don't think it'll get any leftovers healing. I'll go into Lando on the Wisp or the Volt Switch. And then I'll go for Rocks. Then from there, I think we go into DOS, and I believe I do try to win this game with Ogerpon. I think that is manageable. Let me check Dio against the Tinkaton. Yeah, it's not looking great. After a Nasty Plot, we do 2-shot with a Focus Blast, but it's not looking great. Oh, and I'm really surprised to see it just stay in there. Not going to get the kill, obviously. We won't have enough health to SD on anything, is the bad news. I think I stick with the plan. We Ivy Cudgel. Sure enough, it's looking close to a 3-shot. I will just go into Landorus here. Now, unfortunately, I am now in Hydro Pump range, which makes that a real option, but that is kind of a risky play if you're in my opponent's spot. And it looks like the Molt's going to come in. I do outspeed this, though, and I can just Stealth Rock, so I'm pretty much totally okay with that. And this is absolutely an Ogerpon if I've ever seen it. No real reason not to here. And even after regen, I don't think Hydrapple is living. Yeah, because it took 69 from that Cudgel, so it's not going to be living. It'll have to come in a couple times. Beautiful. I'm happy to see. I think that was a mistake. I think hard Rotom there would have been better. I think going into hard into the Hydrapple was an error. Unless this Rotom turns out to be some like berry or something that'll allow it to live here. But it looks like no. Looks like no. This is such a weird endgame. Alright, let me think about this. If I Ivy Cudgel here, what would my next play be? if I were to Ivy Cudgel and die to an attack. My play after that would be probably going into... I think my play here is Ival. Because Ival can go for a huge Moonblast on this. The only way for it to kill is Leaf Storm. If it Leaf Storms, I go into DOS and I click Focus Blast into Psycho Boost. I think this is the play. Yeah. If I get Leaf Stormed here, I go into this and I click Nasty Plot. We don't get Leaf Stormed. I didn't think we would. So now I can Moonblast this. And if Tinkaton comes in, the Moonblast plus the Shadow Ball will do a lot, enough to put into range of a lot from Dio, and then I can just go into Ogerpon and Cudgel. And I think I feel good about this play. I think this was the right way to go about this endgame. If we got Leaf Storm, we went into Dio, Nasty Plotted, and then we had to hit a Focus Blast. But if we hit a Focus Blast, and then 2 Psycho Boosts, which is over 50%, we would have won. This scenario, I think, is even better for me. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's just it. I think it's over. Oh yeah, now it's very much over. Because my Ogerpon now outspeeds all Tinkaton guaranteed, so this game is over. Yeah, I'm surprised that EP did not kill there. Yeah, oh, it was special attack draw. I mean, it didn't. At that point, it was over. The game is at this point over. And yeah, the rocks are not going to matter. I have too much health. You forgot Moonblast. How could you forget Moonblast did that? Moonblast does that all the time. Moonblast is dropping like crazy. I am liking the faster... I liked Hornleech, but this set does feel nice. I must admit, it does feel nice. And this should kill. Yeah, based on the rolls, that should be a guaranteed kill. Go for one more before wrapping this one up. I am liking the special spam. Tell you what, we'll try... Oh, I wanted to try the Bolt. Okay, we'll do one more after this. We'll try the Bolt version. This is a definite... Well, I was going to say a definite Landorus lead. This team looks so weak to my sub-crown. I'm really happy with that. What do I even lead? I'm so confused, honestly, by like this matchup. I feel lost. Like, what am I looking at? Like a Veil Hazard stack. What? Okay, I mean, is it going to start with hazards, or is it... I feel like you should be very afraid of the Crown lead here and lead with Rye instead. I think you should. So I'm going to lead Moon. Moon is also just not great here. Okay, that went well. That I'm happy with. Do I just hard knock, or do I go for... I think I just go for the knock. So many... Okay, not great, because we're going to get T-Spikes up. T-Spikes are not the end of the world, though. The good thing is this is still, like, that is an HO matchup thing to happen. And we get that knock. So, I honestly can't really complain. That went pretty well. I will just go for the Acro here, because I can Encore the Veil. Oh, I forgot. Why did I think I'm going senile? Anyway, we'll Acro again. Yeah. Oh, we get Encore there. Let me not lose to DD Kyurem. Let's not lose to the DD Kyurem. Yeah, okay, so I should have probably DD'd and just... Well, no, Moonblast is pretty common on these. How do we not lose to the DD Kyurem here? Veil turns. That's how we don't lose to the DD Kyurem. Veil turns are very limited. Let's go into Crown here. Okay, let's not get frozen. Great, great. And I'm going to Tachyon. We get the kill. And now I will sub on... I'm going to sub on this. I think it's probably going to... Okay, it did just Shadow Ball, so good on the gold. It's not doing any cheesy stuff. The play is to Calm Mind and then Tachyon. I think that's my best path here. I really like rocks here, so I'm just going to set those up. I think that'll be good. I'm pretty sure the Kyurem is DD. And great, and we have a very fast Lando with Scorching Sands. So we are not going to... Actually, it might have been nice to get a second layer up there, actually. But it's fine. We're definitely not in any kind of like awful position because of that. Speaking of awful positions, though, what do I want to let go? I think I do want to let the Roaring Moon go. I think it's fine. Oh, we get pulsed. Beautiful. I will DD. Now, is that... Yeah. I'm worried this is going to be Scarf. Let's DD here. Okay, we see Terra Fairy, Terra Blast. I love that this thing had to Terra to hit me. That is a really good sign for how the rest of this game is going to go. I'm pretty sure I can now... If this dies, I win with Ival. That's what that means. So I think Ogerpon and Ivy Cudgel here feels like kind of a no-brainer. Do I need to Terra with anything? I think no. So I think I'd probably go Ogre here and actually Terra Water Ivy Cudgel, so I two-shot Kyurem after Rocks. Because I don't think I'll need to Terra anything else. I could potentially need to Terra the Ival. No, but I think this makes a lot of sense. Terra Water Ivy Cudgel here. Yeah. And this will also give me a nice special boost so I can take on the Darkrai next time. If we don't get flinched here, and this dies... I'm pretty sure I now went with Ival. Okay, that was a relief because that got close. Got a little scary for a second there. I will preserve this. I will preserve. We're going to Scorch. We're going to taunt the income. There's no way you run a Jolly DD Kyurem. I'm sorry. You just don't. There's no way. There's no way you're that guy. Okay, like that's fine. I don't mind dying. I do mind, and I'm just going to double check that I believe this thing will just die to a Vacuum Wave. Oh yeah, for sure. It's for sure dying. Even with max HP at this range. Oh, even max HP Gambit gets killed. So I always outspeed, so there's absolutely no reason. The only thing we lose to here is like a Choice Scarf set getting 5 hits. GG. Okay. That was a nice win. And let's go for a Raging Bolt version. Moon was fine there. But I kind of just want to try this Bolt set and see. Maybe it's terrible, maybe it's good. Booster, of course. Taunt, Dragon Pulse. Feel Discharge. On a set that can't set up especially. I'm liking Discharge. And another question is, do we go bulky? I think we do go bulky on this. I think that makes sense. I'd like it to be able to live stuff. And we will go... Do we go Terra Fairy or do we go something cheeky like Terra Flying? Probably Fairy is just a better catch-all for a bulkier spread. And I would still like to run enough for Gambit. So we are going to hit 219. We're so good against Gambit that maybe we don't need that. No. That'd be absurd to not run a Bolt like that. We'll go... And we'll just put the rest in HP. We'll go 124. Modest... There we go. Okay, we'll give this a go. It gives us kind of a little bit more added on to that special spam theme. And I think special spam, if it can get past a Blissey, is permissible. The question is, can this get past a Blissey? Is this enough for a stall team? I feel like without grass coverage on Ogre at the moment, I'd have to say no. I don't think this is enough for a stall team. I think some things would need to be reworked. I just can't see this team. It's hard to say, because this is pretty good. But it does need, I think it needs Terra Fighting to muscle past Blissey. Maybe, well, could I go Psychic Noise? I feel so bad to go Psychic Noise over Tachyon Cutter on this, but maybe that's... Actually, it might have been better in several of these situations, to be honest. I think that would give us what we need against Stall. It would be unfortunate to lose such a good move as Tachyon Cutter. I think that's the move, though. I actually think that is the move, because I think that would force, what that would do is, in the stall matchup, it would force Blissey to Terra Dark, which would allow well, no, but then Ival just gets walled by Clodsire, doesn't it? Maybe it's time for the Psyshock Ival. You run like a Terra Psychic Psyshock set that just blows up stall. That could be a good option here. But okay, I honestly am so glad we brought Bolt here. It looks really good into this team. I do think I want to just start off with Lando. It seems simple here. The only way I die is to like a high roll. No, I don't die to anything, so we just go for the Stealth Rock. Okay, that is a very strong Moonblast. Is that Choice Specs? That is Choice Specs. Okay, perfect. I'm totally okay with that. We're going to just go into Crown. No special attack drop. Great, no complaints there. And I wonder if I double here. Because what's my opponent going into? Probably Claude, right? Maybe Corv. Honestly, there's really not much to be lost by Well, okay, you stay in. Wow. Alright, I'll go for just a... I guess I'll just go for a Tachyon here. Okay, we see the Claude come in. I'll go for Ogre here. Want to preserve this Crown because it can still live a Moonblast. And if the Enamorus is modest, which is maybe possible by the Lando Calc. I should have probably checked the Lando Calc a little more carefully. I will just go for an Ivy Cudgel here. Water Absorb. I kind of should have known that. I'm being foolish. I'm so used to just seeing these on stall teams all being unaware. That was my bad. Alright, this is recoverable though. We actually are happier to see that it's this set, to be totally honest. I'm really liking the look of Dio this game. Looks fantastic. Let me go Lando. It'll live a Sludge Bomb pretty handily, unless we get poisoned, of course. Corv, okay, that's fine. We can taunt that. And I like to see no leftovers here. That's good. I have a team of things that don't get hit by Rocky Helmet, so that's nice. And I'll just go for Scorching Sands as the Corv. Oh, Power Trip. Okay, buddy. I don't want to... You know, it's weak. It's probably not Rocky Helmet. I'll keep going for Sands. I was considering U-turning here, but there's a solid shot that Garchomp comes in. If the Enam comes in, it at least takes Rock, so it's not really that bad of a deal for me if the Enam comes in. And I'm very much happy with this Corv continuing to chip itself down. I like to see that it's Power Trip, because that set is terrible, and we can take advantage of that. Raging Bolt is so good here, too. It is kind of... This Clodsire is going to be kind of an issue, though, especially since we can't boost up on it. Normally it'd be nice. And it's got this weird, like, Sludge Bomb set, so it can actually, like, touch Raging Bolt if I Terra Fairy. If we chip the Clodsire or kill the Clodsire, I think Raging Bolt will be really nice here. I don't know what my opponent is thinking so hard about. Okay, we're getting power tripped. Alright, I'm going to taunt again. I want to keep this Corv's health low. And it can flail about all at once. This is totally fine for me. This is totally fine for me. I am so down to die to this thing clicking power trip if it wants to. Actually, at this point, if we're being, like, for real, do I switch? I probably do. Let me check if can Crown kill with a Tachyon here. It can kill a physical set, but if it's Power Trip, it's probably special. Could go into like Ogre Pawn, but then the Claude just comes back in. I'll go into Ogre. I think Ogre is not good this game, and I can Ivy Cudgel. And if the Claude comes in, I think it might get scared. And I'll try. What's this Claude doing with a Sludge Bomb? It's not killing, so I can SD, scare it out, go for a play rough. Something like that. I don't know what this weird, like, Defog and Power Trip, like, holy greedy. He's probably running Bulk Up Roost his last two, I would guess, but that just seems like an awful set to me. You would never catch me running a Corv like this. You would never catch me running a Corp like that. But I will still say I think the stall matchup is not good, is unacceptably bad. I think we keep Tachyon on there, but I do think the Terra Ghost... I think we drop Terra Ghost on Ival, which hurts. I think we try this set, the Side Shock set, because that does ruin stall. Unfortunately, not great for much else. It has a few benefits. It has a few things it can do. It can shock Ting Lu that Terra. It can kill AV Pokemon like Prim and Glow. It can get past AV Glow King, which is kind of nice. So it's not like Psyshock is without merit, but I would say Shadow Ball is better in general, which is kind of nice. I will say the D-Knight continues to scare me a little bit, so I think we'd probably go Terra Ghost on this, since we don't anymore have the Terra Ghost Ival to limit D-Knight. I think Terra Ghost on that makes sense. And we just get an activity win, which is kind of a lame way to end, but I mean, this guy had a freaking really weird team. Guess we'll try one with the Psyshock Ival, and then I will wrap up this testing session. But hopefully this has given you guys, well, first of all, some battling insight into what I'm, how I think through games when I'm playing, but also I'm hoping that this shows you the things I change, the things I think about. So even though I didn't notice that the stall matchup was really problematic, I could just look at it and tell it's a problem. So there are two times you change something. When you look at your builder and you just absolutely know you're not going to have a good shot to win against a certain matchup. And the second is when you experience a problem. In this case, we experienced the Curon problem, so we changed to Play Rough and a faster set, right? Okay. Let's Lando war it out. My opponent has nothing that beats a Lando lead, so it's just going to be a Lando and see who can taunt first. If I get taunted first, that would be sad, but then we go hard into Ogerpon, and, well, no, actually that's a little tough here. I really like the look of my Dio, especially if the Ival is not booster. Probably is, but this is a weird looking team. Okay. Booster speed. Okay, wow. All right, I'm going to hard U-turn on this because they click that. Exactly why. So because this is booster speed, I know it's not max special attack, and therefore I know it actually cannot even come close to killing Raging Bolt. And I'm just going to Dragon Pulse. Yep, that's fine. Do your 60. I get a kill. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that lead. I'm going to just click Dragon Pulse again. Cool. That's really nice. I'll go into my Landorus here. Probably the ground move is coming out. I don't see why it wouldn't. Okay, or U-turn, that's fine too. We're going to chip that maybe into Rock's range. I think it would be a bad and greedy play here if I were to just stay in and rock. So I'm going to go into Hard Crown. Most Ivals cannot deal with a Hard Crown. Yeah, this thing will have to Terra to kill me with a Shadow Ball and survive. And if it Terras... Oh. Okay, that is trouble. That is trouble. That's big trouble. I probably lose right here. Yeah, I think I lose. We can go for a Focus Blast if it tries to get greedy and Calm Mind again. Okay, we miss. If we had hit, let's theorize about what had this game. If we had hit, what would have been the next play? No, because Ogerpon can't Terra out of it. We would have been able to go for a Thunderclap plus a Vacuum Wave, which I think would have killed. So if the Ival decided to... yeah, actually, no, we probably would have won had we hit the Focus Blast, to be honest. Okay, Ival going to... Then my opponent got greedy and made a big mistake. That's great. We love that. We're going to go for another one. Okay, my opponent stopped getting so greedy. So I think Raging Bolt here can come in. Okay, Thunderclap, let me calc my own Ival. So we know it's full set. That's not really helpful information at this point, though. Once again, I mean, okay, honest, sometimes you just get Ival'd on, you know, but is there any way out of this? Ogerpon dies, right? Ogerpon dies, yeah. It dies to a T-Bolt, too. That's the worst part. Because it dies to a T-Bolt, I can't... And our bolt, my bolt is doing 20 max, and my IVAL is doing 23 max. So we're not killing. We would have killed had we had the 36% focus blast, but we're not killing in this context. So let me check if Dio dies to a T-Bolt, but if I Terra, it doesn't die to a Moonblast. So I can go into Dio and like kind of hope for the throw. There is also the critical hit, playing for the crit. I think probably going into Dio, Terra Steel Psycho Boost is probably my play. The dream here is that the IVAL subs to Scout to see if I have some shenanigans. Or, well, the dream is it Moonblast outright. If it subs and Scouts, okay, that's great. I believe we kill here if we hit. Okay. Okay, let's think what we want to preserve here. Gotta play to your outs. It's not over yet. All good. All good, it happens. I could tell, yeah. But, man, yeah, we just got punked by this Terra Electric IVAL. Yeah, definitely T-Bolt would have been the play there for my opponent. That was a mistake. But we were playing for the mistake, and we got it, but we ended up missing the Psycho Boost. What is the Pokemon to sack here? I think it is DOS. At this point, I think it's unlikely to win, and I think my odds would be much better with IVAL, so I will sack it here. And we're going to go into Bolt, and we will go for the Thunderclap. So we don't get a critical hit. We can go in here and go for a crit. And we do not, so we're going to die there. Honestly, pretty happy with how I played that. I think we definitely played to our outs, our most likely ways. And, oh, this is actually a 1900 display, so we had a pretty good shot at a win there, but GG. That was a difficult set. All good. All good. So that was a difficult one. I guess the lesson there is when you're playing an HO team, you just stay in and attack the IVAL with your Landorus. Just stay in and attack it. Although I mean, Terra, right? It happens. Terra Electric IVAL, just one of those things that happens. But yeah, I will say, had we hit the Focus Blast, we definitely would have done enough damage to kill with Vacuum Wave plus Thunderclap. And then from there it would have been interesting. But we didn't end up seeing that game. I don't think that's a loss that's really worth changing the team over, per se. I think that was more so just I mean, Terra Electric Iron Valiant is just extremely rare. And it definitely is an issue for this team. But I don't think it's an issue that warrants a team overhaul. Especially because that could have been fixed had I just played more aggressively with it. But we can hope you guys enjoyed. Testing, changing, it is a long process. I know this was a long video. Just playing and testing and tweaking and making these little changes to your sets is a lot of what the building process really looks like. But I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. I certainly did, and I will see you guys next time.